Pregnancy can do strange things to a woman's body and her appetite. Mum-to-be Danny Minogue says she has an intense craving for Ferrero Rocher. You don't have to be pregnant to have an intense craving for Rocher chocolates. But also supermodel Claudia Schiffer, she couldn't get enough of beer. However, she keeps to the non-alcoholic variety. And actress Cate Blanchett wanted ice cream and pickles during the pregnancy. So why do women crave certain foods? Mother and Baby magazine Renae Leith-Manos joins us. I mean, this stuff that, Renae, that the movies are made of. We've heard so many gags in the movies over years, but why do women crave things during pregnancy?
Look, I think the body goes through so many changes. There's some major hormonal changes and your body needs things it didn't need before. And for a lot of women, Kerrie-Anne, an indicator that they are pregnant is that they crave something they normally don't like, or the reverse. Their favourite foods suddenly leave them running to the bathroom because they can't stand the smell or the sight of it.
OK, what are the top favourites? I understand foods crave red meat?
Yes, a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals. Normally with red meat, though, if you like a rare steak, usually you want it really well cooked when you're pregnant. OK. And pickles? Because I mentioned Cate Blanchett, and you do hear that as a good gag, craving pickles. You do.
Why?
Salt. It's all about salt because the fluids between the mother and the baby need salt to go backwards and forwards. So that's a very, very important ingredient in a woman's body.
And again, ice cream. You don't have to be pregnant.
No, you don't. But 50% of pregnant women crave ice cream at some stage during their pregnancy, and that's all about calcium and a little bit of sugar as well. So
your body's actually saying, I need this, and that's okay.
Yes.
Mud or matches? I have no idea what we mean
Apparently
here.
this is all about iron. So you actually crave the smell of mud and, you know, matches when they're lit, that kind of smell. It's all about an iron deficiency. That's your indicator.
Oh, OK. And chocolate?
Chocolate, yes.
Well, duh.
Well, who doesn't crave chocolate at any time of the night or day?
OK, I've got this is from Kate. I'm reading this cold here. Thank you, Kate. I had an unusual craving for the smell of petrol.
Oh, I haven't heard that one before.
I talked to the doctor about it. It said it is a known condition. It was such an overwhelming addiction. I spent a lot of extra time chatting to my husband while he worked on his motorbikes in the garage. Oh, Kate.
Wow.
What other strange things have people craved? Email us. We need to hear this. What about yourself?
Well, I was going to talk about Jules Oliver, Jamie Oliver's wife. Apparently she craved rubber bands and she'd chew on them. And she's pregnant again, I think, for the 4th time. Oh. And that was her craving. But for me, my diet completely changed when I was pregnant with Stella and Mason, my twins, and I just had to eat children's food. So I loved sausage rolls, which I would never normally eat, toasted cheese and tomato sandwiches, hamburgers, the complete opposite diet. And I also craved Indian. Oh. So my husband would come home, and I'd have curry the night before, and he'd say, what have you made tonight? And I'd say, no, let's go for Indian. So it was Indian 5 nights a week for 9 months.
OK, well, you've got to listen to your body. That's what they tell us, but thank you for that,
Renae. You're welcome.
Renae Leith-Manos joining us. What did you crave? Send us your email, kerrieanne@9.com.au. But here is an idea. Well, how much television do your kids watch? How much time do they spend playing video games or on the net? Well, in the White House, the Obamas are very strict on their daughters' leisure habits. This is what Michelle Obama has to say.
You know, we try to establish a set of guidelines and rules that make sense. No computers, phones, television during the week. We talk a lot with them about the dangers of Facebook and sort of getting into that social networking kind of gossip mill, or, you know, that comes from those activities.
Is she right? Should you be monitoring your child's access to television, to mobiles, to the internet? Mother and baby parenting expert Renae Leith-Manos. Good morning, Renae.
Good morning, Kerrie-Anne.
Michelle, do you reckon she's too strict?
Look, the more I hear her speak, the more I like her. I think she's doing the right thing. I think this is a really big danger of our time for parents, and I think we all need to be as informed as we can and set, you know, boundaries and parameters for our children.
So, really, they restrict it during the week? All the mobile access, the television access, the Facebook access, is that not a little severe? And how do you actually then negotiate with the child as to what is restricted and what is fair?
Look, of course, it depends on the age of the child. That's what we need to start with. And I mean, mobile phones are quite different to TV viewing and then different to computer viewing. I think one of the messages for parents is be informed yourself. Understand how your mobile phone works and the phone you're going to give to your child. Because, for example, a lot of phones, you can restrict the numbers that they can call out. Easy. So perhaps they can call mum and dad, perhaps they can call grandma, but they can't call their friends, for example. So then you've got that control.
And also the mobile can be as a safety device anyway.
Look, it can be, but you know, you and I didn't grow up with mobiles, Kerrie-Anne, and we were fine. You know, there's a big argument about that because, you know, OK, you rock up to ballet lessons and it's been cancelled. Get someone to call mum and dad. At least someone there knows then that your child is on their own. If they're calling the mobile, they might be on the street waiting. Yeah. There's two arguments to that, aren't there?
Slightly different times these days, but yes. So every parent has to negotiate with the kid.
Yes.
Television?
Television, look, there's been a lot of guidelines that have come out from the government recently, and they really say they shouldn't watch television at all when they're toddlers. As they get older, yes, let them watch some TV, know what they're watching, talk about it. Communication is the biggest, single most important thing, and watch things together so there's things that you can talk about. I mean, the news is an obvious one, being informed about what's going on around you.
Also, in terms of the internet, I think Facebook, in terms of bullying, has been one of the most wicked issues recently.
It has.
And I can imagine Michelle Obama, her kids on Facebook. I mean,
can you imagine?
You can imagine world hackers trying to get into these kids' Facebook.
Absolutely. But for a lot of teenagers, this is the way they communicate now. Facebook and MySpace, I'm having a party, I've had my hair cut. It's all on the internet. So again, one of the big messages for parents is to sign up yourself. I know I've got a lot of friends who are parents who are on there, and when you watch the way they monitor their own children, it can be a really positive way to enjoy Facebook together and understand and speak to your children on their level. Should you have the computer only in the family room? Absolutely. No computers in bedrooms until they're 18. That's just a mandatory rule in every household. All those tips, by the way, are on the website. Go to it. Renae, thank you very much. Thank you, Kerrie-Anne.